Don't you feel that this is deep sleep really? Have you come to that state with open eyes, with activity? Everything seems like it is in a state of deep sleep. Have you got a glimpse at least? We did this in one of the chapters. The same thing will happen as you arise from the deep sleep towards the dream. First, you will recognize the sense of being. It doesn't say an I yet. Yes, there is simply the sense of being. Then there is a thought that comes up and says, I. Now you will start recognizing even that level of detail. Yeah, the quieter the mind gets, the easier it is to recognize. First, there is an absolute nothingness. Then there is a sense of being. Then the I thought arises. Then, after the I thought arises, it holds on to something. I am Ekta, or I'm running from a tiger, some silly dream, I'm dancing in the rain, something, some dream. I am this, I am that. So everything is simply a superimposition. If you start seeing this very clearly, waking up in the dream state itself and then into the waking state, it's just a superimposition, not losing sight of I, the nothingness at all. Keeping that, I recognize one superimposition after another, after another, after another. Suddenly, I come to a point where everything seems like it is in a deep sleep state. The more I recognize superimpositions are happening on their own, the more I recognize, oh, this person does not exist. This is a superimposition. I see that it was just born. Just born. When you come into the waking state, you see it. Oh, it's just a superimposition, just a thought. Yeah, the person was just born. And every time there is a gap in this consciousness of this person, the person just died. It's not just that you will see the death at the end of the day when you move into the deep sleep state. Every gap is death of the person and then rebirth of the person. Again, death of the person, again, rebirth of the person. Oh, I see it all the time, all the time. None of this is true. All of this is kalpana, just imagination. I've got nothing to do with it. Yeah? Throughout this observation, I do not lose sight of I am nothingness. That is the bed of empty, absolute empty knowingness. There is knowing happening there, but it is empty. Why do I use the word empty? Because there is nobody there. There is no I that is knowing. There is no physical person that is knowing. There is no thing there. Empty knowingness or knowing emptiness, whichever way you like it. Have you played that virtual reality goggles? Have you put them on ever? The scenes keep changing. Yes, if you lose sight of yourself and you focus on the scene, only then you used to get lost. You used to think that you are in those scenes. But now that you have turned inwards and now you never lose focus of yourself, the natural state, now it just seems like it's like a virtual reality. Scenes are changing, but I am here only. I am not experiencing anything, nothing touches me. Yes, this is the true meaning of I am not the doer, I am not the experiencer. This is the true taste of I am not the experiencer. Yeah. For example, you sit in a car and you start driving out, and when the car is moving, the scenes are moving. Yeah, it seems like, oh, this is America. Yeah. Some time ago, some of you traveled to India. You were driving in a car in India, and the scenes were changing, and you were saying, "This is India." There is no difference. There is no difference. The difference is only of the label that I have attached. It is the same me. I do not change. The driver does not change. Only the scenes were changing. I was driving in Germany. Oh, that label of that scene was changing. I remain the same. I am changeless. And today, go for a drive and see if you can experience what I am saying. Oh, it's only the scene that is changing. Only the scene. The driver never changes. So the more the focus is this way, this will become very clear. The more you get lost in specific scenes, you lose sight of who you are. The moment you lose sight of the driver, no? Then the scene becomes important. Aha, this is the way I used to get lost earlier. I used to get lost in this scene. This was important. That was important. Yeah? This was the attachment. Now I see no. Oh, nothing changes. Scene appears to be changing. I don't even have proof. This is India, this is Germany, or this is US. I don't have proof. The labels also are nothing but ideas, thoughts. Yeah, there is no proof this is Australia or India, yeah, or US or Austria or Germany. There is no proof, all labels. Yes, Austria is in me. I am not in Austria. Germany is in me. I did not visit Germany. Yes, India is in me. Everything is in me. The scenes keep changing. Yeah, but I, the light, the bed that knows all of this, that is an empty knowingness. That is changeless. I assume to be the superimposition. I never become it. Now, look at your own body. Look at your own mind. When somebody is telling me something, a family member is saying, "This is very important, you better listen to me." Do you notice you make such an effort to be there? Yeah, you really make an effort to, as if, come into the body and be there. Yes, you lose sight of who you are. If it's a heated, dramatic argument and you are being blamed, see what happens. How you jump into the body, you become the body. You say, "No, I did not do this. I will not accept this." And the whole drama, yes, that is when I have assumed to be the superimposition. And it is not easy. It is not easy to become this body mind and get involved in the drama actually. It's very hard for me. It's unnatural. It is not natural. My natural state is very distant. That is why amidst the drama, many times I go to my natural state and the other person says, "You're not even listening to me. You're not even interested in what I'm saying." Doesn't this happen? Because you automatically distanced and you became your natural self, and now you have to come back into the body and the mind and say, "No, no, I care for you. I really love you. I was listening to you." Doesn't this happen? Yes. So it is harder actually to be this body mind and be the superimposition and prove to the other person that yes, I am here. Actually, very naturally, you slip to your natural state now. Do you recognize this? This is your true test. Then you can pat yourself on the back. Ah, okay, now I know. Yes, this happens again and again and again and again. And that's when you know, oh, that's where I was. I was totally distanced. I was looking at this like a scene. Yes. So this is the proof that being the superimposition is number one, only an assumption. I can never become the body. I can never become the mind because this is a thought. Yes. Just like in the dream, in the night, I see Ekta running from the tiger. It's horrifying. It's dreadful. Then suddenly I realize that, oh, I'm not the one running from the tiger. I'm the one that is knowing this dream. That glimpse pulls you out of the dream. The dream ends. But do you recognize that the glimpse of being the dreamer rather than the dream character? Has that happened? Yes. Exactly the same thing happens here. Yeah. Oh, I'm not this body mind. I'm not this body mind that is involved in this particular family situation. I'm somewhere at a distance noticing that this body and that body and that body are all sitting in this room and having this serious conversation. Yeah. So experiment more with yourself and see, oh, superimposition was only an assumption. I never became it. And I used to always say, oh no, I am not very focused in the present moment. I am not always here. Yeah, I get lost somewhere. There is no somewhere. That is the distance that was naturally happening. Yeah. Oh, I don't have a good memory. I was not really focusing what you were showing me at that point of time. No, it's not that. It's not a question of focus. It's a pretense that I was the mind that needs to focus on what you are saying. Yeah. So don't believe me blindly, huh? You experiment with this and see, oh, this going back and being in my natural state of knowingness. This is what is my natural state, not that superimposition that I call the physical body mind of Shailaja. I never became that. I only assumed that is who I am. The beginner Bodhisattvas are at Dvaitam level. Yeah, so at the Dvaitam level, we have different techniques. There is the technique of mindfulness. There is the sitting technique in which you are sitting and observing the sensations mindfully. There is a walking technique, walking meditation. You must have heard the Bodhisattvas do. You walk mindfully. Yes, this is so a Dvaitam person that is always focused on external people, situations, things, first starts focusing on the body, which is sensations. Sensations while sitting, sensations while walking. Yeah. Then next level, he starts focusing on his thoughts. Yeah. And distancing from those thoughts. I am not these thoughts. Then there is the level of the feelings. So Buddha goes step by step by step. Yeah, there are techniques for every step. You go beyond the feelings and then he takes you finally to Shunyata. Yeah, the end goal is Shunyata. Once you reach there, then you look out and you realize, oh, all this was nothing but just the mind. Yes, very clear. So we have also taken step by step. We've come from Srishti Drishtivada to Drishti Srishtivada and finally to Ajatavada. So every path will have that step by step coming from the Dvaitam all the way to Advaitam. Yeah? It's natural. It's a one-way street. Yeah? So only when you see all the steps in a path do you know this is a complete path. Okay? In that natural state, there is no mind, there is no memory. Mind cannot go to the natural state. The mind does not understand the natural state. That's why, in the gaps where I am not conscious as a person, there is nothing. There's absolutely nothing. The person does not exist. That is the meaning, no? Yeah? Because there is no memory there. If there is no memory, there is no person. Yeah, because person is an assumed identity. It's a thought. Everything is a thought. Yeah, the session, Advaitin session is a thought. The computer, the furniture in the room, everything, this whole scene is a thought. I just go from one thought to another thought, one thought to another thought, and they go in such rapid continuity. I think, oh, this is my life. Yeah, I forget this direction. I only keep looking at this direction because there's so much variety, so much fun. Yeah, when you look here, you realize, oh, this is the natural state. This is not the natural state. In this natural state, there is no memory. There is nothing. Mind cannot go there. That is why I cannot know myself. Though we say know yourself, it is only to kind of show you the carrot that start walking the path of Advaita. When you come to the last part, Ajatavada, we tell you, you cannot know yourself. You can just be yourself. But I can't tell you this right at the beginning. So right at the beginning, you would say, oh, I am already myself. I don't need to do anything. Yeah. So at that natural state, there is no mind. There is no memory. There is no knowingness. I am knowingness itself. I am knowledge itself. Recognizing that is the highest level. Recognizing that I am knowledge itself. This is all knowledge. All of it. This is all knowledge and this is all me. Okay. Memory is not awareness. Memory is of the mind. Mind remembers objects, things. These are just stored as memory. It's at the level of the mind. Awareness is beyond. I used to assume that the mind is aware. The mind has to focus. It was just my assumption. Can a thought focus? Mind is equal to thought, no? Can a feeling focus? Mind is equal to feeling. Can a sensation, strong sensation, can it focus? No. So are you very clear? Mind cannot focus. This was just my Dvaitam idea. That the mind is aware, that the mind is focused. It was my Dvaitam idea because I really did not understand that I was awareness itself. So I used to say, oh, I was not aware, therefore I don't remember what the teacher taught in class. So I used to link memory and awareness together because I didn't understand the two separate levels of the mind and awareness. Yeah, I was lacking in that understanding. But now I can clearly see it on the path of Advaita. I see that there are thoughts arising and falling. There are feelings arising and falling. Who is knowing the thoughts arising and falling? Who is knowing the feelings arising and falling? So, who is knowing that there is a memory thought that arose and fell? And who is knowing that oh, there is absolute blank memory about this particular lecture or this particular teacher, what he said. Somebody is knowing, no? That knowingness is constant. This knowingness is awareness. This is separate from the memory thought or whatever thought. Yeah? Memory thought is nothing but a repetitive thought that has been saved and is popping up again. That's all. Awareness is not like that. Awareness is not intermittent. It is not saved somewhere. It doesn't just pop up and down or pop in and out. No, no. Awareness is constant. Two separate levels. So the more I recognize this difference of what is the mind and what is the awareness in the waking state, I carry this understanding, this wisdom into the dream state. So then I know that tiger running behind that person that I'm labeling as Ekta in the dream, oh, this is the dream. I am the knower of the dream. I am the awareness. So this dream is the mind and the knower of the dream is the awareness. So now this wisdom has carried into my dream state. Yes? Similarly, it moves to the deep sleep state when I see that the dream collapses. Now there is nothing, there's simply darkness. The absence of the dream state or the waking state means the absence of the mind, absence of the memory. Who knows the absence? I, the awareness, know this absence. So I am continuous. Very clear? You see it. You yourself see it. Yeah? You only get, again, lost by some superimposed idea.
So I used to think we are aiming for continuous awareness, but that is not the case because there is already continuous awareness.
Yes.
We are aiming for continuous viveka.
Correct. Just recognizing the difference between that which is a superimposition and that which I am, that which is knowing the superimposition. As to forget myself. I was never conscious of myself. I was never conscious of consciousness. I was never aware of awareness. I was only aware of objects which are superimpositions. I was only aware of the external masala things. I didn't like the non masala, boring knowingness that knew the masala. Yeah. So now all we are striving for is very clearly knowing this difference. Viveka. Okay.